That's Scary Saturday. And I realized something this morning. We may think, oh, kids have life easy. So why are they scared of stuff? Well, you were a kid once. What were you scared of? So, top 5, and I mean, there could be plenty more added to this, but top 5 things that may have scared you when you were a kid. Number 1, being the target of the school or bus bully. So, for any of you who have been the target of a bully, whether in school or on the school bus, raise your hand. Yes, myself included. Number 2, when you did something you knew was bad, thinking that, maybe I won't get caught, but then you got caught. I'm pretty sure that scared the shit out of you because you didn't know what the punishment was going to be. How many of y'all did something bad, got caught, and got punished? Yes, guilty. Number 3, losing a friend over a petty argument. I wouldn't say mine was a petty argument. Mine just stopped wanting to hang out with me because she matured and I didn't. But, yeah, it sucked. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with myself now if I don't have a friend to hang out with? I learned how to do shit on my own. I learned to be independent. And that's why it's hard for me to trust people. Number 4, living up to your parents' expectations. Now, sometimes parents have unrealistic expectations. They may want their kid to go to college and do this, that, or the other thing, but that may not be that kid's dream. Like, they may want to do something else with their life. Parents should never have kids expecting them to, be their crutch when they're too old to even do anything. Like, and unfortunately, that's just how it is for some people, but then you don't deserve to have kids if that's how you're gonna think of them, really. And number 5. This one can include a lot of things. Just, you could have anxiety just going to school that day. Maybe there's a test. And you studied, but you're still not sure if you're going to pass it or not. Or maybe your school has a history of shootings. You could go pretty much every day worrying about, is there going to be another one? And kids should not have to go through that, obviously. We all agree with that. But let's just say kids may want to grow up, but at the same time there's plenty of fears, plenty of scary stuff when you become an adult and get out on your own. Number 1, probably the biggest one currently because of inflation. Being able to afford necessities in life. Because either prices are too high, you just don't make enough, or both. Yep, that's me. Number 2, getting fired from your job for no reason. How many people have I seen fired from Walmart for no reason? A lot. In fact, one of them took him a while, but he sued them for it. So you can, but it takes a while. Now, if I got fired for no reason, I probably would too, but I'd probably also make a YouTube video just slandering them and saying, fuck it. And then I'd specifically, name the store and people I'd be putting names behind it because I'd be that pissed off. Especially if it was over nothing, because a lot of times Walmart does fire people over nothing, and it's ridiculous. But hey, every job plays favorites. It is what it is. Number 3, another thing as far as money goes. Being able to afford repairs if something breaks. Whether you own a house, or maybe you just rent and have a shitty old car that has issues. Number 4, another money thing. It's pretty much all to do with money when you become an adult. We'll just leave it at that, for the most part. Paying off your debt. Because obviously that comes first, and then you can, buy whatever you can afford left. And number 5, pretty much realizing that you're stuck in a shitty ass job for the rest of your life unless you're just get lucky. And that's kind of me right now. I'm pretty much stuck at Walmart unless I get lucky and get famous and blow up here on YouTube to where I can make enough money where I don't have to work there anymore. And my body's just constantly having issues, falling apart, and I'm only, a few months away from turning 43. And then a bonus one for being an adult. Certain areas of the world, states, whatever, where Mother Nature decides to target. Whether it's earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, what have you. I'm sure plenty of those people live in fear of, what's going to happen when the next one hits. Now, I think it's funny, this last couple hurricanes, we had a guy spend a lot of money on big ass straps to strap his house down. Now, that it shouldn't have to cost as much as he paid. Now, I heard it on the radio, and it was definitely way up in the thousands of dollars, and that should not have to be for somebody to secure their house. But, I get it, because obviously it's got to be huge. But it worked, at least. He didn't have any really property damage. It did do its job, so it's not like he wasted that money, but it's just having that money to be able to do that, oof, yeah, I don't know. So, you get a double top 5 today. And there it was. Now, if there's any more you want to add to either of those, by all means, feel free to add them in the comments. Please, keep the weird, flirty stuff out of the comments, because somebody left one. And you know what? I'm just going to leave the creepy flirters on the channel. I don't care anymore. It's just the rude people I'm going to boop, bye. But please, when you're new to someone's channel, be respectful. Don't come on there and be an asshole, and don't be a flirt. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm not available. And even if I was, I might consider going lesbian. Because guys anymore, man, you just can't find one you can trust. You really can't. There's a rare few that you find that you can actually trust. Okay, well, I have a few, but still. Not saying that they'd ever want me in that way anyway, because I'm ugly, but it's all good. I don't know, I think just being a lesbian would be easier, to be honest. Especially the connections that I've made lately with ladies at work that are part of my generation, for that matter. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm surprised that the Daily Karen yesterday got as many views as it did. Um, because honestly, that's scary. It's just old guys like trying to hit on you, and like, dude, the amount of times that it happens on Facebook. Oh, we had another Karen too the other day. It was on a Facebook post. And they did that same flirty, I tried to hit you up, but it wouldn't let me. Can you add me? Blah, blah, so we can chat, blah, blah. Like, no, man, fuck off. Like, bro. And I even threatened him before I blocked him. I'm like, I'm going to expose you on YouTube for this. Get out of here, scammer. But no, the funny thing is, I went to this guy's profile. For once, it did not say widowed, because most of them say widowed. And that's how that's one of the telltale signs you know it's a scam. They're doing that just to get pity, sympathy. And it's fake. You know it's fake. It actually said single. And it had some Christian, like, posts and stuff under it. But I was just like, yeah, it's still fishy. Especially when they leave that kind of message under your comment on a post. Like, it's still, like, they're trying to be more real and more genuine. Like, nah, brah. Ain't falling for it. And I sent him that message as I'm exposing him on YouTube. Obviously, I'm not. Well, I am, but I'm not giving the name like I usually do, but so I'm too fucking lazy to do it. And I think it's more interesting me telling the stories about Karens that I encounter in real life. But I'm not gonna make this vlog any longer because guess what, y'all? I finally have a story to upload, and it is a work-related story, so I'm gonna do kind of a little thing. Now, one thing I forgot to mention in the intro to Storytime with Mystic was that I was gonna originally put the stories in chronological order, but I decided that trying to think back, way, way, way back, and to try to list all these stories and put them in order, I was just like, this is going to be a pain in the ass, and I really don't feel like doing it that way. So, stories are not going to be in chronological order. They are just going to be at random. If I think of a fun childhood story, I will make it obvious that it is a childhood story. Like, as much as I would love to actually have the time to think of all of them and list them and start going through them, I would, but I'm just gonna make each story me wearing something themed so that you know what that story's pertaining to, whether it's a point in my lifetime from back then, or maybe just the other day. Now, if it's a work-related story, I'm going to wear the old Walmart vest, as y'all may have seen in the Y'all Ever Walmart edition short series. Not necessarily always the hat, but I do have the other vest. Now, unfortunately, as I knew this would happen, the little name tab holder thingy broke, so I'm going to have to find another way to clip that on there. But also, today, after work, and after I get the kid and me something to eat, I'm going to stream. Now, the Halloween thing did start on WoW last night, and I did run the Headless Horseman on my higher level alts. Not all of them. And obviously, no, I didn't stream it because I didn't realize it started yesterday. until it was kind of late, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna try running it. Not guaranteeing I'm getting a mount or anything, and I didn't. But the loot-filled Pumpkin City drops, I think, is what the mount comes in. Now, I did get pretty much an entire cosmetic set. It basically just looks like a creepy World of Warcraft scarecrow kind of thing. And I think I pretty much got all the pieces to it. And I don't know if there was a scythe with it, but I already had one in my inventory anyway. So I did use that. So yeah, I got something good out of it. They changed the fight a little bit as opposed to what it used to be. So, I mean, not that that's a bad thing. Maybe it's just because people have trouble targeting his head when in the old way when he would when his head would just fly off of him. Because he has a head, obviously, in the dungeon. And then it gets knocked off. Now, this, he's a little more openly violent. It's not stupid. But I did get that. We will stream that today. We're just going to kind of do random shit on WoW, but I will be streaming on WoW. So, yeah, Saturday stream. Because basically what's going on is, for once, well, my boyfriend's hanging out with guy friends at work, which is cool. Because it's like he really hasn't, since we moved in the pandemic, he hasn't really gotten to hang out much with anyone. Because he used to go hang out and play Dungeons and Dragons with his cousin and some of their old school friends. But that's a little far away now. But yeah, he's been hanging out with the guys at work. One night they watched one of the new, what was it, Alien movie or whatever that was in theaters or whatever the heck it was. And he basically just crashed out on the couch because it was late at night. And he's like, yeah, I don't feel like driving while I'm not tired. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. I don't care. So it was just like, so he's pretty much going as soon as he gets home from work. So once I get me and the kids something to eat after work, then I will be on streaming. And I hope to see you guys there. If you have not followed me on Twitch yet, please do. Because my lives, I mean, they're me being real, having fun, playing a game. And yeah, having a friend unlock another slot. Now it's inspiring me to design more emotes for the future, especially now that I know we have more slots possible. Provided anybody else wants to unlock another one. In fact, I'm only like 5 sub points away from another one, so it's really not even that much more to get another one unlocked. But I have some design ideas for the future. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video, vlog, whatever.